What's up, everybody? This is the Grand Line Gazette, where we talk about One Piece damn near every damn day. That's Kev. I'm Corey. We talk about One Piece a lot. We talk about the manga. We talk about the episodes. We talk about, I don't know, theories, discussions, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
We love to talk to you about it. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite devil fruit. Today, we're talking about the heat fruit, Charlotte Ovens fruit. If you guys like devil fruit discussions, check that playlist. We got a full one. And yeah, first impression. Well, here, let me give you some background. We've been talking a lot about fire users this week because we have Ace's cover story that we did. If you like cover stories, go check out that playlist. We also did top 10 fire users in One Piece. We did we're gonna possibly do a video on just the concept of fire in One Piece and the different concepts of fire, which led us to Oven because he doesn't have fire, he has heat.
Yeah.
So he can burn things, but a little bit differently. So we're going to discuss what that means in the One Piece world, some of his attacks, maybe if we saw somebody else with it, how they would use the abilities, all that and more. As always, Kev, can you help us get started?
Start us off. Yeah. So it's called the Netsu-Netsu no Mi. It's a paramecia type devil fruit. It allows the user to emanate heat from their body, making the user a high heat human. Viz called it the Bake Man, which lame.
I'm a bake man. No, I'm a high heat human. That's hey, that's
high
tough.
Heat human.
That's tough.
Triple H,
Yeah.
dog. That's crazy. So the only user that we know that has eaten it is Charlotte Oven. So actually, my first impression of it was, I actually thought it was lame at first because it was just you've already kind of corrected it, but my first thoughts on it were, here's another fire fruit. But but to your point, like you pointed out to me at the time, like, no, he's making things hot, similar to water. Water isn't wet. Water makes things wet.
Yeah.
Oven doesn't burn things technically, but he makes things hot. Which is
Here's the
kind of
biggest like conceptual thing from when we were watching One Piece. Right before Eni's lobby, you see Aokiji show up to try to get Robin, and he freezes a huge part of the ocean. That's salt water. That's seawater, and you're freezing a giant, like a large amount of it. He also did it at Marineford. You know what I mean? And Oven does the same exact thing, but in reverse. He boils the sea. Like, to get a pot of water boiling, the larger the pot, the harder it is, and there's no limit to that water. So it's like, that's pretty dangerous. And when he boils the sea, like, he just kills everything in the water. It's like, whatever. Bro.
Yeah. that was the Nekai Jigoku? Cool. Hot sea hell. And that's when they're trying to escape from Fishman and with the cake. And like you said, he just sticks his hands into the ocean, and for a vast majority of what we see, which is a vast ocean, it is on fire, basically. It is bubbling, it is red
Steaming,
hot.
yeah.
It is, and don't get me wrong, not the whole ocean is on fire, but it's enough to, like you said, to get aquatic creatures to the top, which I think that they had burn marks on them, which is unrealistic. Yeah. But I thought it was just like one of those little added things.
They're screaming. No, that's just the steam.
Oh my goodness. Are you talking about like crabs? Dude, that was the most like that. I found that out at like 15. For those of you who don't know, when you cook a lobster and people are like, "Oh, it's screaming," lobsters don't have vocal cords, so what you're hearing is the air inside their body escaping, which makes a high-pitched sound. And that was the most traumatizing thing I've ever
because
heard
because they try to tell you, like, it's like, oh no, don't worry, it's like they're not screaming, they're just in excruciating pain. Just imagine if your body was boiling to the point where out of your nose it was whistling steam, and someone was like, is he screaming? Nah, he's cool.
Nah, he's good.
He's just not dead yet.
It's like, dude, kill them before you put them in there.
Whoa. You trying to ruin the food? But speaking about food, speaking about whole cake, speaking about Big Mom, getting back to Oven, um, yeah, he has that other move, the hot seat
Yep.
torpedo.
Well, yeah, which kind of throws out. It looks like quite a few different avenues, kind of like an octopus in a way. Different streams of just, I guess, lava
Yeah, basically,
or.
I guess like from his fingers, think like Basby, you know what I mean? From his fingers,
Mhm.
it's like jets of heat, so it's just following the current and
Mm,
everything like that. And I guess you can control where it goes. Since he can control heat, he
sure.
controls the end of the heat. So it is kind of like an
Sure.
octopus where he grabs you.
Yeah. And then the hot wind fist, which is, I assume, it appears that he just heats up his forearm and hand and then throws a punch. Which, don't get me wrong, he's one of the highest generals in the Whole Cake Island military. So it's like
You ain't going,
it's probably strong.
you're not going blow for blow with Oven.
No.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Here, you seen Yu Yu Hakusho? Like when Yusuke like
Yes.
throws the knife down, puts his heel on it, and he's fighting that guy in the ring.
Yeah.
Like you ain't doing that with Oven. You know what I mean? A couple of hits, you're like, all right, bro. Like the shit's too hot. Stop. Turn the
Yeah.
powers off. Like I feel like Oven's like one of those people. And he's got that appearance as like a prison guard, like somebody who grabs people to like tell them like, hey, you guys listen up or I'm gonna treat you like I treat this guy, and like holds him up and burns him kind of thing. Like he doesn't seem like, I'm trying to think of like nicer applications, but maybe like an old person at a shop could like heat jacuzzis at a spa or something like that. But it's like
He retires to a
Yeah.
spa, and then when he gets out, it just where'd the heat go? It just starts bubbling. It's like
Yeah.
this is the worst spa ever. It's like no, you don't
Like
understand.
after Big Mom's like house falls, like what does he left to do? He just has to stick his hand in the fucking jacuzzi and be like, all right, man, it's break time.
And I think he will come back, right? So I think we will see some more of the heat fruit.
They have to, because it's gotta be Big Mom versus Blackbeard now too, which will
Who's saving
be
Charlotte, right?
exactly, because it's like that's
Yeah.
her sister.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's their sister. Well, and I think Katakuri may join us, but Charlotte Oven may go on his like own with the rest of the children from Whole Cake Island. But I think Katakuri will look at the Straw Hats and be like, "Yeah, I need his help to go get my sister back,"
Yeah,
which is probably a smart thing to do.
you could pick one: Katakuri, Oven, or Smoothie, and it's like, okay, you got
You
yourself
throw
an
in
asset.
Smoothie, yeah. You throw in Smoothie. Smoothie's pretty good,
Yeah.
but we need Sanji's focus. So let's go ahead and use Katakuri. Let's go ahead and use Katakuri because he's at least strong and he has future sight. But hey, Smoothie's up there. If we didn't have Sanji, I'd pick Smoothie.
I
We
like
got
the
something.
idea, going back to like his powers. I like the idea of the hot wind fist. It reminds me of like Pokemon, like this guy Hachimura, who does the air palms and stuff like that. Like if you could make off the top of your head a power for him, or like use his power, like how would you use it? Like I feel like he would have been like a good counter at the Summit War versus any Aokiji event. He's a good counter for.
100%. And it's a paramecia fruit. So as long as and that's the thing, I guess, because here, like, what if he needs time to charge? We're talking about the oven here. So an oven needs time to preheat. Is he always preheated? Is this even a backdraw for him? Does he need prep time to where he's ready to fight?
Do we have any scenes where he's being stabbed? Because I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
do the knives melt when they get to him?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. And like I think he's strong. It's just hard to imagine because he wasn't the main focus of Whole Cake,
That's true.
and he was kind of there to just really fight Sanji in the end.
You know, I wish he was a high heat hockey human. Because once again, adding hockey to that heat, now you're throwing heat orbs and shit like that.
Ooh.
Imagine like throwing a heat orb that explodes and then fire comes out because just like the heat, it's heating the air. That's crazy. Like can't breathe and shit, burns the oxygen. I guess he could do that. He could burn oxygen because he could burn the chemicals in the air just by existing. So like he could go in the air and interrogate somebody, they start like, is it hot in here? Then they can't breathe because there's no oxygen. Interrogation, prison.
I sure, I wouldn't mind any of that. It's more of I just want to see. I want to see if he has anything else under in his bat belt
Yeah.
or anything like that because I mean we haven't seen him really fight anybody. We saw him clash against Aladdin from the Sun Pirates. We saw him kind of fight Sanji uh, when he was trying to get away with the cake. We haven't really seen him fight anybody though.
I see like a lot of people in One Piece. It's supposed to be like you're you, and then like your devil fruit is just like a part of you. Like you're not always attacking with it. Sometimes you're using everyday life. Like you're just stretching to go grab that. You're stretching to like stretch your face and stuff like that. Like for him, like how do I? It's hard to separate him from his devil fruit. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Yes.
his devil fruit is so like one dimensional, where it's like I heat things. It's like, well, you also we don't see you fight, so we don't know like you have other techniques that are away from that, and then you can add that on. For me, it's like we put you in, you're just gonna make shit hot wherever you are, and there's not really another layer to you.
Yeah, and the only time we really seen him like go out like a full out attack was against somebody like Pound, who is Lola's and Chiffon's dad. And
Who's
it's like,
weak?
okay, yeah, it's like, okay, cool, you beat up an old guy.
Like, can your
that's all
hot
you really
seat
did.
torpedo beat Jinbei's Muramasa?
Sure, boom, yeah, because I don't think it can. But I think he also has now he has a reason to kind of evolve, and people can progress and grow. So there is still hope. We don't see him during the Germa 66, the emotional excursion cover page that we'll cover here soon in our cover page series. But we barely see him in that, and he's still not fighting anybody, and he still hasn't made a move to go get his sister. We don't see him in Egghead at all. So it's still up in the air, but I do like the difference from fire fruits to the heat fruit because that was something that you pointed out to me, and I was like, okay, I do see the different. It's not just
Like,
all
no.
fire.
It's fire, it's heat, and then magma. You don't
Yeah.
get it.
You
And
don't
then
actually.
passion, okay? There's But what do you guys think? Let us know your guys' thoughts on oven and the heat fruit. What devil fruit you guys want us to talk about next? We will, of course, be back next week with another one.
Mhm.
Until then, that's Kev. I'm Corey. Hope y'all have a great rest of the day.
Peace.